Hello everybody, this is AJ. Thank you for joining me today. I am here to share with you a couple of card ideas that I love to make, and I think that when you see them completed, you'll feel like, wow, those are really cool, and they only require 2 stamps and not much time. So here we go. What I did was I stamped an animal stamp on cardstock. Then I chose a yellow ink. I used Distress Oxide because that's what I have, and I used a paper towel. I just form a circle on the top corner of the page to simulate a sun. I fill it in more heavily on the sides and corners with yellow because the overall result at the end I think looks better. And I don't 100% color it in, as you can see there. I leave some white streaky areas. And now I'm using, I had a refiller of a distressed ink called Broken China. So I decided to use that with a paper towel, and I just pull in from the sides. I feel like, you know, I want the streaks to go left to right to simulate water. So that's the way I work. And like I said, I think in the end, if you have a little bit darker on the sides and corners, you'll be happy with the results. And this is, I don't know if I mentioned, this is Chroma Coat cardstock, so as you'll notice it's shiny. The ink glides across it very nicely. And I do think colors look more vivid and bold on Chroma Coat, but I also use regular cardstock. And in the next, the second card that I do, I'll be using regular everyday cardstock. No particular brand. So what I'm doing here is I'm inking up an oak branch. This oak branch is from Stampscapes. So if you go to Stampscapes.com and type in oak branch, you'll find a regular size, I think, and a smaller one. This one is 203G. You can buy it separately, unmounted, wood mounted, or you can buy it in Nature Set 8, which I highly recommend. That was my very first set that Kevin Nakagawa recommended for someone just getting into scenic stamping. And it was a wonderful recommendation because the stamps get a lot of views, especially this one. So I'm just randomly stamping around this image. And I left a couple open spaces. As you'll see, I didn't completely frame it. Now I'm deciding if I want a yellow card base or a blue card base. Either one would work just fine. I think I decided on the blue. And the moose swimming stamp is from Rubber Hedgehog, as is this cow swinging on a tire. I bought this cow stamp earlier this year when it first came out. I think it reminded me of my childhood. Me and my brother and sister, we each had a tire my dad had hanging from a great big beech tree. And when we moved out into the country, we had our 3 tires hanging there together, and we had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of fun. Junior, you're not helping. You're not helping me. That's our dog, Junior. He's got to go outside and visit the neighbor's dog that is out in the yard. Go see your buddy. There you go. So what I'm doing here, I used Mermaid Lagoon, since I had that as an ink refiller in a bottle, and I just used a paper towel for the water. And now I am using Prismacolor pencils just to do a few little touches on the cow's hooves and a little pink on its nose and Tombow marker for the rope. And I do have the video going faster than normal speed. I'm sure you've noticed, just to respect your time. But also you'll get the gist of the video. You don't have to watch it in slow motion. I didn't ink up my stamp enough right there, so I just re-inked it, went back and put a little tip of it in there. And that took care of that. So now I'm just going around the card, deciding if I want to leave any openings or frame it completely. And I decide to frame it completely. Not for any reason in particular. I'd probably just, I just felt like it looked nice. Every card you make using the oak branch in this way will be unique. Each one will be beautiful. And at the end of this video, I will show you some other cards I completed, just for you to have something else to look at, to get your creative juices flowing. I hope you have some kind of a branch or tree you could use to make these, but if not, you could use a stencil, or maybe you have die cuts. Here's some other cards I made, just to give you some ideas. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.